use Power BI Desktop. It's totally free. Anyone can go ahead to the Microsoft website and download it, and then you can get started with creating your dashboards locally. And then once it comes to the point of publishing to the Power BI Cloud, that's when you need to have a license in place. So if you're part of an organization, you probably already have a license. If you're a student, I think your organization would have that. Or if you can buy your own license. There's also a free license that you can experiment with as well, right? So, but we're not going to get too much into the Power BI service. My focus is into the developer experience of Power BI. So I hope, raise your hand if you have not installed Power BI Desktop on your device. Okay, so you might want to go ahead and do that, right? So just type in Power BI Desktop and then just install it. It just takes a couple of minutes. You can connect to the Wi-Fi, or you can go to the Microsoft Store and install that. Okay, so please stop me if you have any questions. So far, are we okay? Yes, Sabine. Oh,
talk more about the license.
Yeah. Okay.
The individual license or the
let's take that.
License, yeah.
Okay, let's take that later. We can discuss because we're a bit short on time. Yes.
Does it work on Mac?
Does it work on Mac? No. Power BI Desktop works only on Windows OS. So if you want to get it working on your Mac, you need a VM. Or either you can install virtualization software, or you can use some sandbox. I sent the link on the group as well. There's a lab, but it's only up for 40 minutes. You can at least experiment with it. But yes, it's only on Windows OS. We do have Power BI Online that you can access as well, but you do need a license for that. And it is on our roadmap to make Power BI Online and Power BI Desktop have like feature parity. So that's something good news for Mac users later down the line. Okay. All right. So Power BI, like I said, it helps in bringing data from different sources. It allows you to transform the data, merge it into a data model. And then you can run Power BI both on-prem or on cloud. There's a lot of different organizations that have maybe data residency requirements. You can run it on-prem. You just need to get the license for it. But there's, of course, limitations when it comes to it. It's not the same experience and so on. You can get almost any type of data into Power BI as long as there's some structure to it. We have more than 135 native connectors. You're going to get a chance to taste that in a bit. And even if there's no native connector, you can build your own and get your data ingested into Power BI. Power BI is meant for everyone, right? So it's not meant just for like someone who's a data geek. Like anyone should be empowered to create a dashboard. So I don't expect anyone here to be very, very knowledgeable in data. If you just know how to use Excel, you'll be able to get the session today, right? There's a lot of different visuals, a lot of custom visuals that you can use. We're going to play around with like some of the built-in visuals, but I'm going to show you how you can install custom visuals, and it can be consumed on any different device, whether it's frontliners and with a tablet, or on your phone, or just on big screens running in a monitoring room. So it can be consumed on different platforms. Right, so like I mentioned, Power BI Desktop is free, and there's a lot of cool dashboards that you can create with it. You can also do real-time dashboards. You can connect to real-time data, like streaming data that's coming in from different devices, which is very important to run operations successfully. You can build real-time dashboards with Power BI. You also have so you also have AI capabilities built in Power BI. So there's some data models that allows you to do forecasting. It allows you to talk to your data. It has some intent recognition and so on. And now we also have Power BI Copilot, which is really exciting. I really love using Power BI Copilot. It allows you to essentially just talk to your data. It also helps you as a developer if you're not really sure how to write a specific KPI, you don't know how to get started. Copilot will help you with that. These are the different built-in.
Copilot license?
Yes, that's a good question. So the built-in capabilities, you don't need any license, but for the Copilot, you do need premium, Power BI Premium, or what we call Fabric capacity. Yeah. So let us then go to, yeah, like I mentioned, there's a lot of different visuals that you could use. You can bring in like your own 3D model and make it interactive. You can, if you're someone who likes Python, you can get your Python visuals there. There's a lot of cool things that you could do with visuals in Power BI. And of course, because it is a Microsoft product, it integrates seamlessly with the Microsoft ecosystem. You can embed it live into a PowerPoint so that you can just have it there for your weekly meetings. You can have it in Excel. You can have it as a tab in your Teams. It's very easy to integrate it like in SharePoint and other Microsoft products. Okay, so again, Power BI is a tool that allows end users to access the data, right? So it's very easy to connect to different data sources, whether they're, just sitting on a computer, on-prem, in a different cloud from the internet. You can get it into Power BI, and then it allows you to clean the data, right? It's rare that we get data and it's just ready for BI and AI. You have to do some massaging to the data, remove the nulls, create new columns, pivot, unpivot. So it's very easy to do that in Power BI. That's the focus of today's session, actually. And then it's also another feature is like mashing up data. So usually it won't be just like one file you're connecting to, right? So maybe the customer data is from like some data sitting in Oracle, and then like you also need to connect to some third-party APIs. You need to do like a bunch of mash up different sources. You can do that with the capabilities in Power BI. And of course, after you get the data there, you want to be able to explore it. You want to be able to find the different discrepancies, if there are any. You want to be able to drill down, slice and dice, find insights, and you could do that with Power BI and build nice visualizations so that it's very easy to share those insights with other users because at the end of the day, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And then after you create your really cool dashboards, you would want to share it. This is where Power BI Service comes in. You could either publish it to your internal company's Power BI platform, or you can embed it into a third-party website or mobile app, and so on. Okay, so this is all about Power BI and its different features, but it's still a bit abstract for you guys. The purpose of this session is not for me to just talk. You're gonna now go ahead and try it out yourself, okay? So what we're gonna do over the course of this coming weeks, we're gonna go over these different stages, except the last one maybe not so much. So so this week it's about preparing, next week it's about exploring and modeling the data, and then the last week we're gonna talk about creating visuals and all of the making it interactive and so on, okay? So these are the regular steps a BI analyst would go through. So that's what you're going to experience. So the first part that we're going to talk about is accessing the data. So like I mentioned, there's so many different connectors. You're going to get to see that in a bit. So let me just go ahead and skip to this link. So if you could go ahead and actually access this site, aka.ms/DIAD_student. Right? So it should take you to a site in learn.microsoft.com. And this is the path that we're going to follow. So this path, you can do it on your own. Even I'm going to share this in the chat as well. So even folks that couldn't make it, you can do it on your own. Everything is it's self-paced. And then during the session, we're going to help you if you're stuck, if you have any questions, we're going to help you with that. Okay? And then I'm gonna demonstrate if there's some things everyone's stuck on, we're gonna demonstrate it so that everyone's on the same page. But I understand because everyone has their own pace, you can go ahead and do it on your own. Okay, so everyone is already on this page?
Can you tell the network for the?
Yeah, it's the password is right there. Enjoy. It's MSFT guest. Yeah.
Is it going on YouTube?
This one, yeah, later, but not now. It's not live stream. So I do notice, I think we're a bit cramped for space, but we have a space here. You can just bring a chair and then, because we're not going to be looking at the slides all the time. So you can bring a chair and then do it here. Hamza, I mind asking Sunil to just grab some chairs? So for folks that maybe want to come to the front, you can bring a chair and come here so that you're not like all cramped up. Okay, so this is the scenario for today. Okay, so there's a bunch of different data sources that we have access to, and then we're gonna wear the chief marketing officer's hat for the course of this coming weeks. So this is our company called Van Artsel Limited. It's like an expensive retail brand. It operates in the United States, and it also has different subs in Japan, Australia, Nigeria, all over the world, and they sell different consumer goods. And me as the chief marketing officer, like all of us, we want to conduct a market share analysis, right? We want to see how are our sales in all of these different regions, in all of these different districts? How is the trend of our sales we want to do year-on-year analysis. We also have some data from our competitors. We want to compare how our sales are doing with them. So at the end, what we want to create is a dashboard that looks something like this. This is just a simple dashboard that it has like the different charts. We're going to look at how to add themes. We have some custom visuals there, how to do conditional formatting, add date slicers and different. Okay, and of course, Yani, I'm not limiting you to make it look like this. You're free to, if you don't like blue, you can make it green. But that's what you're going to come out with at the end of these sessions. Okay. Do we have any questions? So I want everyone to go here. Is everyone already on this page? Okay. So let me go ahead and share my other window. Okay, so this is learn.microsoft.com for those of you who don't know it. This is the place that you would go to for learning anything Microsoft related. Actually, I think I just need to switch back here. Just hold on a second. Okay. So just to give you some insights, the certification that we're going to be working towards is the PL300. Anyone has heard of it before or is preparing for it? Okay. Okay, so this is I just want to give you an overview of this exam, so just so you know about it, because we do have vouchers going off right now, 50% discount for anyone who wants to get access to it. I shared the link in the chat. This is the certification. It's called Power BI Data Analyst. So if you get the certification, it teaches you all of these. It means that you are able to do all of these components that are mentioned here. So the contents of these workshops will help you prepare for that. So I highly encourage you to get the certification. It opens up a lot of opportunities. Even if you're someone who's professional, it's going to help you just gain more brownie points, right? And it helps you maybe work towards a promotion or something. If you're someone who's new, it's a good starting point, I would say. Organizations do look at certifications, right? So the exam composes of these parts: to prepare the data model, visualize, and managing and secure Power BI. So what we're going to cover today is this part, preparing the data, right? So that's almost like 30% of the exam. Okay, so let us do that. We're gonna now shift back to this one. Okay, so this is the course, the learning path called Dashboard in a Day. You're supposed to actually do it in one day. So, but we're just going to do it over a course of different Okay, so the first step is to download Power BI Desktop. So since most of you have already done it, we could skip that, but you just might go to unzip the course files. Okay, so do that while I'll give you the tour of a Power BI Desktop, and then after that, you're off to do the development. Okay, so just click on this link, unzip the course files, and then you'll see this one. Just go ahead and download it. You'll get a zip file. And then if you go ahead and save it in your C drive, that's best to save it in C drive because it makes it easier. Then you'll be able to access all the course material. Okay. Well, while you're downloading that, I just want to give you a quick tour of the Power BI desktop. Okay. So once you open up the Power BI desktop, you have a bunch of different tabs here. It might look familiar because it is a Microsoft product after all, so it reminds you of some of these other Office tools. So you have here at the top all of your different tabs, your Home tab, which has like your core feature, your core components, and then your Insert tab. You can use it to insert different visuals. Modeling tab, that's what you use to manage relationships and create parameters. We're going to talk about all these things in depth, so don't get intimidated by it. View, this is where you manage the themes. You can import your own custom theme. If you have like an organizational wide branding, you can use that. Optimize, a lot of times, maybe sometimes you build a dashboard and you're like, oh gosh, it's so slow. What's wrong with it? So you have these built-in features tell you maybe what maybe measures you can optimize, what visuals are consuming too much memory. So this feature helps you, and then help to get you to the Power BI docs, and then you can also connect Power BI to some external tools as well. Okay, so what we have here in the middle is called the canvas, right? So this is where you do all of your, this is where you build your dashboard from, right? So this is where you stack all your tags, your visuals, your color, everything. You do it here, okay? And then it's as simple, once you upload the data, it's as simple as just like, clicking and then dragging, and then you'll get all your data there. And then you want to maybe add an extra column, you just got to click it. So it's very, very easy to use, and you get a chance to experiment with that as well. So we have a bunch of different here tabs or views. So this is the report view. This is what you do to actually build a report, see the canvas and so on. Then you have the table view. Let's just think of it as like your Excel view. When you first open it, for you, it will be completely empty because you haven't ingested anything. And then you have the modeling view, right? So who's familiar with SQL analysis service? It's essentially that, like Power BI is built on top of that. So you can do your data modeling in Power BI itself, right? So you can build what we call your semantic model there. Basically, we're gonna talk more about that in next week's session, but you need to build a good data model if you want very high performance dashboards, right? And then here you also have your DAX view. This is where you can, or DAX Studio, you can use this to create your different KPIs. If you don't know what DAX is, totally fine. We're going to cover that next week. It stands for Data Analysis Expression. It's just an expression language in Power BI used to write your KPIs. When you look at it, it's going to be very familiar. It's sort of like Excel, right? So the commands you have in Excel: concatenate, add, average, sum, all those familiar. Okay, so if you raise your hand if you're still waiting to download the content. You're still waiting? Is our Wi-Fi that slow? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. So once you download the files, you'll get access to this. For those of you who already have access to it, you'll get these three folders. So this is where all the data is stored and the reports. So if you miss a session, it's fine. You can start from the checkpoints. Don't go ahead and just use this and be like, okay, khalas, I'm done. No, take the time to actually learn it. But you do have access to the reports here. And then there's also like some slides that I presented today. They're available here. Okay, so let's look at the data here while it's getting downloaded. So remember, what are we acting as? What is our goal? CMO. And we want to conduct a market share analysis, right? So let's look at the data that my team gave me. Okay, so they gave me a bunch of data sources. They're like, yalla, build a dashboard. So I have this folder called US sales. Okay. And then inside of it, I have a CSV file and an Excel file. So let me go ahead and open it. And this is what you would want to do actually when you're getting started to build a dashboard. Not halas, you just take it and import it in Power BI and then start creating your visuals. You got to spend some time really understanding the data, talking to the people who gave you this data, understanding what the columns mean. Make sure you have a sort of like a North Star, an objective you're going towards. So you need to spend some time there as well, because you want to know what's possible to do with your data. Okay, so let us look at what we have here. So in this my bidimensional Excel file, I have 3 different tabs, and this is quite common, right? Like business users love Excel. They have like Excel files with a bunch of different sheets. Maybe it's not optimized for reporting. It's more just for day-to-day logging, day-to-day operations, and so on. So what I see here is the this product details. Okay, I have these columns. I see I have like some missing values. Maybe like I analyze it a bit. I'm like, okay, so this is the category for this, and then it seems that it just assumes that everything beneath it is also the same category. So maybe I need to like see how I can fill those values. Also, I see here maybe the product name and like some other, the segment of this product, but it's together in one field. So I need to know how I can separate it. I also noticed the price, it's like alphanumeric, but when I want to do calculations, it needs to be a number. So I need to learn how to like separate that. And then I go here and I'm like, whoa, this is like, what is this? This is really ugly. I don't understand what's happening here. So maybe I need to remove some rows. Maybe I need to do some pivoting. So what I have here is like the name of all of my competitors and the logo, their logo, so that I might want to use somehow in my dashboard. Maybe I want to have like an interactive button or something. And then I go to Geo, and then what I see here is just information about all of the countries and their zip codes that I might want to somehow relate in my data so that I can do country analysis and so on. So this is just like a public data set that I got from some third-party site. Okay, so this is my Excel file. So this is my first data source. And then I go ahead to my other data source. It's a CSV file. And then what do I see here? It's like sales data. Just let it load. It's like a huge one. It's like 141 megabytes. So it's just going to take a minute to load. And then it has a bunch of columns there. Anyone still waiting for it to download? Okay. Right, so we have the sales data as well. Okay, I'm just going to go to the other one because I want you guys to get started already. It's already 17. So I have the CSV file there, and then I have another one, which is a folder that is similar to my sales file, but for each country, right? So this happens a lot of the time. Sometimes maybe you're working with like regional teams, and you ask everyone to fill a certain template, and then you put it in a shared drive, and you want to like somehow merge the data and do some reporting on top of it. So I want to see, I don't want to connect to each individual file. I want to see how I can connect to the folder. And then whenever that folder is updated, my dashboard gets updated, right? So we're going to look at these. So 3 data sources that we're going to look at. A CSV, an Excel workbook, and a folder, okay? So that's exactly what you're going to, the goal of the end of today is for you to ingest the data from these sources, do some transformations, and then just get it loaded into Power BI. So that's the target for today, okay? So let us see now. Here, where are we? So you already should have downloaded the data. Now, let us actually, let's do the knowledge question here. Check your knowledge while we're waiting for everyone to be at the same time. And I do have some Power BI stickers here. Gonna give out. Which ribbon tab allows you to add shapes to a report? I mean, you have the Power BI desktop open in front of you, so you can always. Sorry, no, you gotta raise your hand. You gotta, and not you. You already got a lot of free things. No, just kidding. Anyone wants to take a chance? Yeah. Insert. Okay, we'll see the answer later. How do you extract a file? Guys, if you don't know this, then yes, guy with the glasses.
Right, extract first.
You sure? Which ribbon tab shows you the most common operations used? Yeah. Okay. See, we got it all right. Great job. You're ready to take your exam. So now let's just dive deep into it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to follow the lab instructions. I'm going to go over some of them here, but I want you to go try it yourself. So let me see. So this is the module, okay? Access and prepare data for Power BI desktop. So the exercises are mentioned here. So you can go ahead and do them. You have to struggle on your own in order to get it. I'm not going to give you the answer right away. I'm going to give you some time, and then towards the end, I'm going to show you how you can do it. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. So the first step is it's asking you to actually get the sales data, to ingest it. There are some option settings you need to change. It's just going to make it easier for you later if you change the locale to the United States. But for most of you, it should be. And then it's going to ask you to ingest the data. Okay. I'm just gonna show you how you could ingest the data, then I'll read the rest to you. Okay. So to get data into Power BI, where do I go? There's a get data part here. So I just click on get data. And then you'll see here all the different sources. So if I click on more, you will see you have Excel workbook, CSV, a PDF I can connect to, like some S data and SAP, data in Google BigQuery, Snowflake, some other Power BI data model. Maybe my team has it segregated. Someone creates a data model and I just create the reports. So I can just connect directly to that data model. Some data on Azure, I can connect to some APIs. So there's a lot of different connectors that you can explore. So if you have an idea, you can go ahead and do that. But the ones that we're going to look at today is mainly the CSV, Excel, and folder connectors. Okay. So to get the data, all you got to do is click on the data source type, and then navigate to the folder that has the data. So for me, it is in my C drive, I have dashboard in a day. I go to data, and then I click on the data source. Okay. So as simple as that. What Power BI does is it establishes a connection to that CSV file, and you'll be able to import it into your Power BI. And of course, there's an error. I think I have it open at another. I have it open here. That's why. Yeah.
Network name? What's the
MS guest.
need the username? Is there username as well?
No, you should just use event passcode. Anyone else not able to connect to the internet? I thought we established that.
Yes, that was very slow.
It's very slow.
We are using the hotspot.
Oh, sorry about that. It should be. Anyone was able to download the material? Okay. So I just got into an error because I already have this file open. So I need to make sure I close it, then I can import it. I don't have it open.
Then I see, yeah. Share with us.
Okay, so once you get it, what Power BI does is it doesn't import the whole data right away. It just imports a subset of it and does some like analysis on top of it. So as much as you see the green button that says load, you would rarely want to do that. What you want to do is click on transform data. Okay, and once you click on transform data, and this is where we're going to spend most of our time in, an editor is going to pop up. This is called the Power Query Editor. Anyone has heard of Power Query before? Oh yeah. For those of you who worked with Excel, it might sound familiar. So it's the same Power Query that's in Excel as well. So Power Query Editor is what you use to import the data and do the transformations on the imported data. Okay, so that's what you use Power Query for. And it uses a language called M query. So once you import the data, you can see that you can see this editor and you can do a bunch of different things in it. Okay, so the first thing that you see is this profiling view, which is really cool. It allows you to see how many missing values you have, and if you can't see it on your device, you can just go to the View tab, and then you can see like these different toggle or untoggle them. So I can see the column profile, the distributions. It gives me a sense of how is my data quality and so on. Here in this editor, then you can do a bunch of different things. You can change the data type. You can change it, like create new columns, and this is what the exercises are going to teach you. So you can go ahead and follow that, and then I will help you once you're stuck. Okay, so let us see. Do this tab. Right, so it's walking you step by step into how to do these data sources, to add these different data sources. That he sounds. And if you want me to explain something here for everyone, you just let me know and I'll do it. I find that most people find it more beneficial if they do it on their own. But if you want me to explain something, please let me know and then I'll explain it.
How to import all the data?
Sorry?
How to extract all the data or just sales data? All the data sets, are we to import all of them?
Come again?
The data sets,
Yes.
are we to import all of them?
Are we to import all of them?
Yeah, Martin.
Yes.
Or just, okay.
Yes. So you're going to connect to 3 data sources. You're going to connect to the CSV file, you're going to connect to the Excel file, and then you're going to connect to the folder. So all 3, you're going to do all these 3. Okay?
You need your AI solution to run anywhere, you need Red Hat.
Hello, I'm Liam Neeson.
Okay, so who's stuck? Raise your hand. Don't be shy. Okay, so we're here to help you. Yes.
What is file names that you
The DIET. That's
Yeah.
have there's a folder called that site data.
yeah. So inside data, you have US sales. Inside US sales, you have the CSV and the Excel. And then the other one, you have the international sales. That's the folder. So these are the data sources you're going to.
Yeah.
Just such bad taste. Sorry, guys. Okay, so you should have been able to at least load all the data so that then you can do the transformation. Anyone still stuck in the loading data? So once you load the first one, you don't need to go back to that view. You can just come to the home tab and click on new source and add an extra source from wherever you want it. Okay? So once I load my CSV file, then I'm going to use my other connector, which is the Excel workbook, and then I'll be able to load it here. And then the cool thing with the Excel workbook connector is that it automatically detects the table that's in your Excel. So you don't need to do a lot of like manual work. So it will detect all of the, let's say in one sheet you have like 5 different tables like just jumbled together. It will detect each individual one, and then you can import it into Power BI. It's really something. What are some data sources that you usually, like for those of you who are maybe interested in using Power BI in your organization, what are some data sources that you're looking at or eager to know how to connect to? Yeah. Not many data sources. Like what do you use and what type of data sources do you use? Is it mostly Excel files?
Excel.
Yep, you can. Yes, you can. So you have to install the driver. You have to install the driver, and then you'll be able to connect.
CNS.
Sorry?
CNS.
Yeah, you need to have the TNS.org file. You need to make sure that it's all documented. But yes, you can. Even if it's on-prem, you can do it. That's one of like the most common ways I see Power BI being used actually with Oracle data. Yeah.
The data loaded on not on the Power BI desktop.
Say again. Can you speak a bit louder? Yeah. Yes. Sure.
So yours is the data loaded on our solution tab, not on Power BI desktop. I don't know if there's a difference.
Solution tab? What do you mean? I see you're using a Mac, so I might not be the best person to help you because I'm not a Mac user, but let me see. This is not Mac?
Yeah.
So I see an app.
It is.
Oh, it's wow. I mistook our own laptop to a Mac. I'm so sorry. But you're putting a Microsoft on top. Yeah. Okay, tell me.
Yes, he needs
Okay, because you didn't click on.
So it shows here. I don't know how this.
That's okay. Actually, let me just do that here. Okay. What's your name? Farah. Farah. Oh, you're Farah. Okay, nice to meet you. So, Farah has a very good question. Okay, I have my data here, but when I come here to Power BI desktop in the canvas in the data section, I don't see anything. Why is that? I already clicked on import. So the Power Query editor is what you use to get the a subset of the data and then do your transformations there. Once you're happy with these transformations, then you click on close and apply. Then it goes ahead and imports it. So if you wanted to import it, then you go to close out. But don't do that yet because you need to finish all the transformations first, right? But let's say even if you did it, you can always come back to this editor. Okay. So let me just show you how. Okay. Let's say, oh, by mistake I closed this. Adi, I can just I don't want to apply these changes now. I can just come here. You see here the transform data button. This transform data. This takes you back to the Power Query editor. So the Power Query editor is what you use to do your data transformation. Question: why would you want to do your data transformation here? Why not just like transform it in Excel itself?
Again,
Why don't you just do your transformation in Excel itself? Like, why do you need to do your transformation here?
I mean,
You have more control to make query.
You have more control. I mean, in Excel you can also do it. What type of control are we missing?
To sync all the files of the data,
Sorry?
to sync all the data
Sync.
tables,
Sync. You mean?
all the.
Oh, you want to like mash up different data sources? Okay, that's one.
If you, the transformation logic here, so any files comes in be easy. It will place
Exactly. Exactly. What's your name?
Jagan,
Jatinder?
Jagan, it's a Jagan,
J-A.
J-E-G, Jagan.
Okay, here you go. So I'm not sure if you heard that, but the transformations you do here in the Power Query editor, any new data that comes, these same steps are going to be applied. So just think of it as you just have to do it once, and then that's it. Like whenever the data gets updated, refresh, khalas, these steps are going to be implemented. You don't need to redo them all the time. So that's something really powerful. That's why you want to use Power Query. All right. And another thing, while you guys are doing this, I'm just giving you some tips. What is this pane here on the left, on the right? Yeah.
Shows
Sorry?
the history of the.
History, that's like the log?
Yes, yes. So every single step that you do in the Power Query editor, it's mentioned there on the right in the applied steps. So one thing you got to know in Power Query, there's no undo button, right? But it's fine. You don't need to get scared. The tool is very forgiving, right? If you make some mistakes or if you want to go back to the different steps, all you got to do is just click on that step. So you see how the data looked before it applied. So this is how the data looked at the beginning from the source. Then the headers got promoted. Then the data types got changed. Then I added an extra query, like I merged it with another source. Then I did a conditional call. So you can see every single step. And if you don't want to change certain steps, you can just cancel it, or you can go to the actual code of it, right? So remember, I told you Power Query generates a code called mQuery. So either maybe you're someone really like good with mQuery, you can go ahead and type it out. The way you would do it is you go to here under Home, you have Advanced Editor. Right, so every single step I did, I'm trying to see if I can zoom in. I can't zoom in. You can see every single step. This is the code that's been generated, right? So you can actually go ahead and just type it out yourself. You can look at the docs and write out the code yourself. But even if you don't know, this is what the different buttons that are there in Power Query generate. So when I click on Remove Column, when I click on Change Type, it automatically generates the code for me. So I don't need to be a pro, M code developer, right? So this is also another piece of information for you to know. So there's a lot of different transformations that, which part did you guys reach? So let me go ahead to the part here. So you should have at least loaded all of the data, right? So you should have all been able to load the Excel workbook. So far, you're not doing any transformations, just loading. CSV file, Excel workbook, and also a folder. You just give it the path of the folder, and then Power BI does a connection to this folder. And like I mentioned, this is something really powerful. This is a common use case that we see in a lot of different businesses, right? A lot of teams, they'd like to keep it simple. Maybe they don't use SQL or like advanced databases. There's just some Excel sheets in a shared folder. So if you're able to do a connection to a folder and then update your dashboard based on the data that's in this folder, it's really powerful. So whether it's a folder sitting in a file system or a SharePoint folder, you're able to establish the connectivity to it. Okay. So and then who finished the part with the adding the data from the folder? So that's the. Okay, cool. So one thing you would notice is like once you use the folder connector, you have the option to combine and transform. So what it does is it sees that the columns are similar. Then it just goes ahead and just appends them into one file instead of having each one separate. So you don't have to, you know, if it wasn't for this, maybe someone they would do is go to each Excel file and copy, paste, and then like merge it all together. Or it's way easier to just use a tool like Power Query to do that for you. Okay. So once you have that, it asks you to do a bunch of different data type transformations. Question: why is it important? Why do you think it's important to ensure that you're selecting the right data type? What else? Is that a question, or this was just a scratch? No question. Okay. Do you want to answer?
Yeah, I mean, you might have some data loss if it's the wrong type, some precision loss or something.
That is that's one point. And another point is also, yeah, you go.
So the relationship. So when we want
Yes,
relationship,
very important.
it may might call.
You know, I'm gonna give you some stickers this time. What, you want to come? Okay, no, I'll give you some stickers. Don't worry, guys. Actually, everyone gets a sticker. I just wanted to create some excuses. So yes. So what did he say? Did anyone get that? Relationships. So later on, in next week's session, when you want to create a relationship between this table and another table, and you want to like maybe do like establish like a one-to-one relation or one-to-many, if the data types are different, you won't be able to establish that relation. They need to be the same data type. So that's a very important point. And also another third reason is it impacts the size of your data model, right? So some data types consume more space than others. So if you really don't need a certain level of precision, you can just go ahead with using a different data type. Maybe you don't need it to be alphanumeric, maybe just numbers enough. So that's also another reason to change the data types. It does make a big impact. Another thing that makes an impact on the data model size is the number of columns, right? So when you get the data from the source, you wouldn't want to just take all the columns and import it into Power BI. Just choose the columns that you need. The more columns that are there that are unused, it's going to increase your data model. It's going to slow your refresh time, slow your dashboard. So it's better for you to just keep only the columns that you need, right? And you can always bring them. You come to the Power Query editor, and then you can just always bring them back. Okay. So which steps are most people on? You did all the transformations?
No, we didn't do transformations.
Okay, so before you upload the data, you got to make sure you do the transformations. The uploading the data is actually the last thing you need to do, and then we're done with the session. Okay. So let me just take you here. So for the sales one, what type of transformations are you asked to do? You're asked to change the data type. So to change the data type into text instead of number. Any guess why the zip is a text and not a number? Any guess? Yeah.
I think in order to avoid summarizing.
That is one. You could always just unselect like make it don't summarize. That is one. Another reason is because some zip code starts with 0. So you want to maintain that 0. So got to make sure it's the right type.
How we show this chart as first?
Yes, very good question. So if you go to view, you see here column distribution, you just untoggle that. Okay. Right. So very simple transformations that you're doing here. Another transformation that you might have done is adding a conditional column. This is something you see a lot, and it's very easy to do in Power BI. Okay, maybe not this one. So if, let's say, I want to do a conditional column based on the value of a certain another column, you just go to add column, and there's three different ways, several ways actually, to add a conditional column. And then the exercises tell you about that. So for example, if I do a conditional column, I just click on conditional column. Let me just do it towards the end. So I click on the column I need. So for example, this was before appending where, right? So I have in my country column, I have like some null values that I want to remove. Then I can create a conditional column. If it's null, then just make it into USA. Otherwise, take the value from another column. And this is what we did here. So you give your column a name. So if it's null, then this value. Otherwise, then use the column from another, the data from another column. So you can add more clauses. You can do more advanced conditional statements. If you go to custom columns, you can also do column from examples. One of the exercises is going to teach you that as well. So I want you to go ahead and experiment with that instead of me showing you. Yes, go ahead.
What did you after you've done with the exercise?
Sorry?
What did you after you done with the exercise? The first one, the 10.
I can't hear you. Say it again?
What do you do when you're done with this? Do you like go to the other one, the 25?
You're done with doing all the transformations?
Yeah, the 10, yeah.
All of them? Cool. If you want, you can go to the next one. Yeah. Just carry forward. Your son is where's your dad?
You didn't come to that.
Okay. Say hi to him. Anyone stuck? Guys, like if you're stuck, like use this space. You have me and I have also, I didn't introduce Mustafa. Mustafa, do you want to stand up? I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm a CSA intern.
So he's an intern here at Microsoft with us. He's a part of our team covering like, data, AI, has some Power BI experience. And he's also an Aggie. Any Aggies in the room? Farah, is she like your classmate? Okay, cool. Okay. Anyone that needs any support, just raise your hand, guys. Like, don't feel addy. Yes. You want me to like take a look at something? Are you following? And then just go to finish. Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're following the path online, it's I should have mentioned this earlier. It's better if you log in so you track your progress, because at the end you'll get a badge, and then you can use this badge and then just post about it on LinkedIn and other things. Okay. So yeah, just go up a little bit. You see there, dashboard in a day. Like you see the dashboard in a day online workshop.
Yeah.
So go down to that. You see, yeah. So the first line on the click, go down. Yes, we did all of this. Go down. Hello, we're doing expand. Yeah, access and preferred. So this is what you need to finish today. So these are the two exercises. To import, if you ask us to import, do some transformations, and when you're stuck, you don't know something, let me know. What's your name? It's your first time, yeah? Barbie, yeah. Let me know if you have questions. Sorry? Okay, good question. So let me actually just. Do you mind? So question, if you are in the Power BI screen, how do you go back to the Power Query editor? How do I, this is the Power BI view, right? This is the Power BI desktop. How do I go to the Power Query view?
Different themes.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah? Yeah? Transform data. So go and transform data, and then you get the Power Query editor. Did you get that? It's working now? Great. Yes, sir. Yes,
I think this one is missing, and the product is missing some.
yeah, so you were supposed to only actually choose one of them, but I think by mistake you choose both of them.
So I can delete this one.
Products. So when you import your Excel file, it detects, like I said, all of the data that you have in your sheet. So then you can choose which sheets you want to connect to, right? So for product, it detects the product tab and the product table. So you can just choose one of them. Don't choose both of them, or else you'll have two files. And then you also want to make sure to rename them. It's always good practice to name them some business-friendly terms. This is very important later on for maybe you want to use this in some AI use cases, or maybe you want to use Copilot on top of it. This is what the model uses to ground itself. So the more business-friendly it is, the easier it is to be for the AI model to also understand it. Yeah.
I think it's not showing for you here,
Mhm.
product table.
Mhm.
When it's imported, it makes a header as a code, as a row. So I think because it shows very informal.
Mhm.
So I think we should use first row as a header. I don't know if it's showing for them. No.
Yeah, I think if you get that, then you can just use that. So from what I hear is that for some of you, when you import the product table,
Empty.
the first row is not is not imported. Like you maybe you get something like this. It's a good one. This one. So if the first row is not used as headers, you can just go ahead and click on this command that says use first row as headers. And then it will promote it as headers. Is that what you did, Ahmed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can we replace the
Sorry?
price? The price has USD text. Shall we use?
Yeah, actually that's the exercise, right? So if you're following through, most folks should be already, I hope, at least done with this module. So the first step is to load the data. The second step is to do some common data cleaning practices. So the first thing you got to do is to rename. So it teaches you how to rename. Very straightforward. You just name it, rename it. Yes. So did most people finish the first one? Exercise and load data? Raise your hand if you're still loading the data. Okay, that's fine. Who's doing the common data transformations? Who's done with everything? Oh, okay. So I guess people are still locked in. It's okay. So in this next one, you're gonna do a bunch of different transformations. The first one is very simple, like I said, renaming it. Why you want to rename it? Because it's good practice, makes it easier for business users. Tomorrow, someone new uses your data model, they don't have to keep guessing what this table is all about. Then it teaches you how to fill in empty values. Then splitting, and then renaming, using the column from examples is something really, really great. It's like sort of like you can use like regular expressions and so on. And then also a bunch of other the transformations that you were talking about, Ahmed, how to extract the currency from the price, how to remove unwanted columns, and so on. So I want you to go ahead and try that. And then I'm going to show some of the examples here on the screen because I want you to experiment with yourself on your own. Long day? Sure. Anyone stuck? Anyone like, you're like, oh my God, what am I even doing here? I don't know anything. Yes, totally fine. No. Let me. So which one are you trying to do? I'm gonna do it up on the screen, but there's one which step are you, which step is this? You're trying to extract the USD? Okay, let me do that, okay? So I'm going to just demonstrate one of the steps because some people are maybe stuck on that, which is this one. Column from examples to split columns to extract the price, right? Yeah. This one. Okay. So here, what I'm gonna do is just showing you a different way of doing it. I could have just split by space and then got the second column, right? That's just another way. But it's good for you to know what are the different capabilities of Power BI. So what I'm gonna do is, if I go to the sales table, is it the sales table? Product table, yeah. Product table. And then I'm going to take this price column and I want to split it into extract just the currency and then just extract just the number. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to add column. Okay, are you following through, Francis? Yeah, and then I'm going to column from examples from selection. Okay, so from what I'm selecting. And then what I do is, I will just give the pattern. Okay, or I just write the first example. So what is the thing I want to extract? First, I want to extract the currency. So I'm just going to write the currency. I just want to extract USD. So what Power BI will do, it will detect. It will be like, oh, okay, you're trying to extract the first three characters. So that's it. Like it will do it automatically for me. I don't need to go ahead and say extract the first three characters. I just give an example. It looks at the data and then it extracts it for me. Okay. So this is then here, and then I'm okay with this. I'm like, okay, this and it's my new column, and I'm going to call it currency. Okay, just here, and then I want to do it again to extract the actual price. Okay, so I extracted the currency, now I want to extract the price. I'm going to go again, column from examples, from selection, and then this time I'm just going to type in the first number that I see, okay? And then what the Power Query will do is it will detect, oh, okay, you want all the number that's here. So I'm just going to write the first example, 41.2513, and then, oh, that's it. It detects it for me. This is good for like people who maybe don't know what's the right way to do the transformation. This is the whole purpose of showing you this. And then this one, I'm just calling it MSRP. If that's the name here, I'm not sure what it stands for. I think something retail price. And then I just got to make sure I change the data type into numbers. Okay, so I just come to data type and then I change it into this dollar sign. So that's section number 5. Is it clear? Do you have any questions? You're like, why is it like that? I'm not sure. This is the time. I don't want you to leave with any doubts. There's no such thing as like wrong questions. Okay so far? Okay. Anyone else stuck on any other step?
I'm wondering, how about the opportunity on the
So I'm also going to show the manufacturer table transformation. Okay, just for those who might be stuck on this part. So when you get this data, the manufacturer table, remember it was that ugly Excel file with like everything is just all over the place. The first thing that we did was we removed the columns that we didn't need. Okay, so we removed these two columns, right? The way you remove columns in Power Query, just come here, remove rows, and then you say how many rows from the top or how many rows from the bottom you want to remove. Okay, so that's the first part. So we remove like these bottom 3 rows. And then after we remove the bottom 3 rows, we did something we call transpose. What does transpose mean? Yes, you exchange the columns from to the rows and the rows to the columns. So how do you do that? You just go to transform and then you click on transpose all the way there at the top. Okay, so then after you transform this, okay, now it looks a bit more presentable. Then the next thing you do is just you make this the first header. So you click on use columns as use first row as header. And then that's it. And then you just change the data type to make sure that it reflects it correctly. So it's good for you. The purpose of this exercise is just to familiarize yourself with the different transformations. Yeah, there's a lot more that you could do. Like, let's say maybe you have like some transformation steps you want to do, and you have a Python script that does that. So you can actually run, some Python code or some R code here as well. So you can see you can run some Python script or run the R script. You can read the documentation around that. You just gotta make sure you point it to the Python where your Python executable is. And then you can do a bunch of advanced statistical transformations. You could also do, you can connect it to Azure ML and do like, some text analytics or so on. So for example, maybe you have really like a long summary of a product there in a column and you want to extract certain fields from it. So you can pass it to Azure ML or some text analytics and then it will extract those things for you. Something that's really cool, actually, just as a side note, is that this is something I want to cover in maybe our future sessions when we talk about Fabric. Because in Fabric, we have Power Query online and we have the Copilot there. So everything that I just did, you can just open up the Copilot button and then tell it what to do. Be like, hey, remove the headers, transpose, and also maybe generate some dummy data as well. You can ask it all these things and it will do it for you. So that's something also really, really powerful. Okay, so it's almost 8 p.m. I'm gonna just stick around a little more, mainly because the pizza's still not here. But so pizza's gonna be here in just like 10 minutes, so we can just stick around, make sure that you're done with this, and then I want to take questions. And I'm gonna ask you some questions, so because you have 2 more months to give away. Okay, anyone done with everything? Okay, that's good. If you're not, that's fine. I still have a couple more minutes. And let me know if you still have questions about Power BI, about this lab, or just anything in general. Something you're wondering if is this possible in Power BI or not? Yes. Yes. So you can. So we have here. We have these AI insights here. So let's say if I want to do, like it's already embedded here. If I do text analytics, So you need to sign in to where those services are, and then you can connect to them, and then you'll be able to. Yeah, you put the path. Yes, yes. Similarly, like for example, I have like a lot of the times, maybe this is just a side note. Another example of using AI. I was working on this one project where the customer had a report in English and they needed it to be in French, Mandarin, Arabic, a bunch of things. So what? Yeah, you're gonna sit and translate each one of them? No. You just deploy Azure Translator, get your endpoint, and then you just pass it here, and then you could use some of these tools here like Translation Builder, and then it will automatically generate the translation for the metadata, for the columns, and everything. So that's something really powerful. Any other questions? Do you feel like, if you started from 0 to at least you're at a 1, and when it comes to Power, I don't expect you to be a hero yet because we've just done the Power Query. We still haven't gotten into creating visuals, creating data model. That's going to come next week, the coming weeks, inshallah.
So I think, sorry.
Yeah.
So when we go home, I think we have to follow with the instructions and
I don't, up to you. I'm not going to stop you from going ahead. We're going to still do them together and take the, if you're like, yeah, khalas, I'm good, I don't need training, I want to do it on my own, go ahead. And you can still come if you have questions. The next session, we're going to do the other one. So we're going to do lab 2 and 3, which is creating the data model, creating the measures, creating the relationships. And then I'm going to give you some tips and insights around that. And then the last session, we're going to do more focus on the visualizations, themes, interactivity, data storytelling, stuff like that.
Yeah, for next session for visualization, we will work on the same data.
Yeah, it's all the same data. It's all the same. Yeah.
We just make it ready, make sure that it's ready.
Yeah. And even if you're not, it's totally fine because guess what? If you go to the folder and if you go to reports, you will find the checkpoints. So the lab 1 will have everything up to what you just did. So Adi, if you weren't able to finish it. But it's good for you to know how it's done so that you actually get benefit from this session.
When I upload it, so it should.
Sorry.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine, right?
Yeah, combine, because what combine basically does is each of these individual CSV files, it just makes it into one table. Append. Oh, that's actually a very good question. So, when you come to Power Query, one of the exercises, did anyone reach this exercise? Which is the, which one is it? Yeah, append queries, okay? This section number 8, it basically, because remember we have, we're an American company and we have data in different subs, but at the end, I don't want to have like a table for each country. Khalas, they're all the same schema, they're all the same columns and everything. I just want to have one big table for all my countries. So how can I just put them into one, right? So this is what this exercise does. And it's very easy to do that in Power BI. So if you go here to combine, you have 2 options, merge or append. When would you use merge and when would you use append? Yeah.
Columns.
Yes.
Good job. I think it's like set a rate of minutes.
And you deserve one. Wait, did you get one last time?
No, I give it problem.
Yeah, good. What's your name? Anna? Thank you. What does this mean?
That's good. Last one.